Been there, done that, know what's next. Life's a journey, never complex. A lifelong student, educators call, guiding future standing tall. Conscious parenting, full hat on tight. Drove through decades, walked away for rights. From the motion pictures to the cosmic light. Contactee's journey, universal sight. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Human experience, hang out, come along. Kids, health, synaptic circle, singing our song. Random vlogs, life stories to tell. Each journey a beacon, wishing well. We all have incredible tales to share. Healing, activation, spreading care. Light the way, find the others. What's your mission, sisters and brothers? Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Rise, humanity, unity we seek. Community sharing, synaptic circle unique. Be the solution with someone today. Assist in the rise, light the way. May the song lift whoever comes across, and may you do the same, no matter the cost. Spread the light, ignite the flame. In unity we rise, forever reclaim. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence.
Hi, howdy and hello. Hello, howdy and hello. This was very random. So I'm happy to see you there. Hi, Moon. Hello, Primal Cry. Ooh, that feels good to even say. Castle Dude, what's shaking? Welcome back. Good to see you, sir. Blazer. Hello, Blazer. Yes, I am random. Or Castle does that. What do you say? What do you say? I'll spam the chat to get the algorithm pocket. Thank you, sir. That is the point. I've been missing out on a few prime times due to Leo season, because yes, little man is finished up with his birthday shenanigans, but my daughter's on deck and then the giant. And so it's just one thing after another. Howdy, Brown Dwarf. How are you? Salutations. Greetings and salutations. You're up north, aren't you? Good to see you. Woohoo! I'm doing a mini chit chat advert of what's coming up and what's happening. And no, this won't go for 2 hours. I don't even know if we'll hit an hour, to be honest. Being honest this time. I did just get off a big long Zoom for our upcoming class. Not my class, my son's class. So there's some little changes at the Learning Center. So we're all gathering and the community's gathering and we're just co-creating. So I did have my meeting for my class yesterday. And I'm starting to feel the vibe and get focused with all that stuff. So that's happening. I also was, it looks like I'm going to have an hour of drama. Those kids love the theatrics. They love to express themselves. So it's going to be really fun to be able to do that for a whole hour. Paranormal Pixie in the house. Hello, Laura. How are you? Very, very good to see you. I hope everybody's doing well. We are on day 2 of some clouds. I don't believe this time they're real. We've had some amazing summer, like 2 months royal blue skies, at least where I am. I'm remember the up and away, kind of more high desert than anything in LA. And it's been royal blue, but not lately. So still very pretty, but it's been nice. It's summer. 80s, 90s, if that. So we're going to go to a pool party after this. I haven't been very social, but the kids really either, but it is a birthday party. So, and a reunion in a way. Area 50 Juan. I don't know why I say that every time. I just say it like that. How are you, sir? Hello, Juan. Nice to see you. How's everything up north in the PNW? And Miss Chiro sounds. Hello, Jane. Whenever I say that or whenever I see you here, I do get these little sound frequency bowls in my head. So I hear you. I'm hearing you, Jane. Happy to see you guys. Well, I hope you had fun. I think a lot of you were in our live for Vic Cundiff and Mike Colantonio. Got to say it like that. We had a fun chat on Bigfoot and Dogman the other day. So that was really fun. And Sunday, I'm going to be on Arkeem Ra and Audrey Walters' channel, their new show, New Earth Light Brigade. So we're going to go live. That's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific Sunday. So I was going to live myself yesterday, but we had a lot of things happening, like my meeting and gathering. And so living it today so I can go live with Arkeem on Sunday. That's on his channel. So I'll be sharing that everywhere. Do I see Amy Chilson in the house? Adventures with Amy. She's coming back to LA for a bit. Amy, I'm laughing. My 2 busiest weeks of the year. But I am not missing my Amy Chilson. We are going to make the time. And I'm blocking the day because I know it's going to take a minute for me to get to you and a minute to get home. So we're going to figure out that perfect day, even a couple days if we can. I'm going to make it happen. She's coming. Amy Chilson's coming. And I'm not going to say what we're doing, but I'm going to see her. And you might see her too. Well, that was subtle. I think you know what I mean. Juan is the goat. Juan taught me what the goat means. We had the funniest, longest chat about that. He kept saying that, hey, you're the goat. And I'm like, I'm not a Luma donkey. I didn't get it. As you know, it's a countdown to 50. And some of us Gen Xers weren't too hip to the lingo. But now I get it. Angel Wings, how are you? Nice to see you again. Yep, she needs to go swimming too. Woohoo! You know what? I'm so excited too. So this is a friend that we knew. My daughter met in kindergarten. She's gonna be in 8th grade. And 2 years ago, they moved to Texas. They were part of the migration to Texas. And they have a younger sibling who's my son's age, and they were in their class. So it's this nice gathering that's gonna happen tonight of old pals. They usually come every summer around his birthday. So we're going to have a birthday party at our other friend's house, and they have a saltwater pool. Have you guys been in the saltwater pools? Those feel really good. I mean, they're good for your hair and good for your skin and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm going to get clean at the saltwater pool. I think parents can go in. I'm going in. So that's going to be a fun little pool pizza birthday party. And then they have a little outdoor movie projector thing while the parents huddle in the corner and gossip. The hens gossip. The kids can watch a movie. So we're going to actually be social. So that's going to be fun. Woohoo! Oh, Amy, yes, it's the first 2 weeks of August are always my nutsiest, but it doesn't matter. I'm making it happen. We're going to do it. But that's the fun thing. I'm going to be ripe of ideas and full of projects. So I'm going to be coming in hot. Which is awesome. But we also have several days when I'm done being busy, so I could do a couple days in a row. We'll make it happen, Amy. That I'm so happy to see you on Facebook. I didn't even think this would go. So hello to Facebook land, because I don't know about anybody else. I saw it on Zachary Fisher's, but those algorithms are really, they're out to lunch, basically. It's been a weird thing over there. So yeah, I'm tickling some algorithms today, but I appreciate the little YouTube community and being able to have the chat. But I'm happy to see that little Facebook emblem there, Amy, because yeah, it's been a little dormant over there, and that's totally okay. I also haven't been consistent like I was for a while, but yeah. So there you go. What did Blazer the Myth? What are we? I'm missing a joke. I always miss the jokes. Oh, something about Brown Dwarf Challenger. Yes. Oh, Amy, we're seeing each other 1,000%. Like, it's not going to not happen. Absolutely not. And even if we have the time, if I don't know if you have the ride, but you come up, you're always welcome up here. It's just a little boring. You're right by the beach. No, I'm coming down. And that's been the beauty too. Like, let's say the Giant does go back on set. He's there today. He's had some extra days, but it is still really scary slow. But the kids are at the point, we got some teens, so they're able to handle themselves for a little bit. Not overnight, but Washington is hot right now, Area 51 said. Is it? I think it kind of like merged then, because we had a little cool off. So we probably sent it all to you. Oh, the smoke. Yes, you got the crazy stuff going on up there. Geez, and Northern California. Yeah. We've been knock on things. Our fire season's been pretty chill this year, but we do have one, and knock on wood, that stays that way. But I'm sorry of all that you guys are going through. Yeah, it's super smoky, that whole upper Pacific North, going inland too, huh? Anything contained? Is it contained? If Tim Hoffman pops in here, Southern Cali, by San Diego and stuff, he's always got his eyes out. There's a fire going up there. It's getting kind of big. So that sucks. That's the hardest part of the West Coast. I know everyone wants to jump to dew as well, and there have been so many of those, but there is just really, like, this is the terrain. We are in the desert, and this is the season. And some is arson. Yeah. Oh, you make a saltwater bath. Perfect, Angel Wings. I threw my little man in Epsom salt the other night because he had his big Sky Zone party, that trampoline party. It was really fun. And that little sucker was sore. He did that. And then he had a sleepover pal. So they were nonstop busy, and they slept in their fort like this. So he's all crinkly, and then had water polo the next day. And he's like, I can't move my muscles. I'm like, Epsom salt bath for the win. Hello, Professor. This is Professor B in the house. Nice to see you. Yes, you can help raising cunning linguistic skills to another level. It's a geezer thing. Sweet. Tomorrow night, Geezer Geeks. Very cool. Nice to see you, Prof. You've been a busy bee. We have to connect. We got to get a chat in before I go back to school. I'm going to dwindle down to like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And within that time, I have to lesson plan, homework, make sure my family feels connected to me, do all the things, but I am committed. I'm going to do at least 1 or 2 a week. Woo-hoo. I was thinking that, Neil, when you said I'd love to have a float in the Dead Sea. I've heard that as well. And that's kind of what I'm expecting to be in the salt pool tonight. Oh, tons of energy, Amy. And crickets on Facebook, right? What happened? You think it's the drama of the Olympics? Because, as much as this whole thing is a war, people push out the information really quick. Whether it's falsified or not, it's still a ton of information coming out. And if they can't control anything, it's like, mute. We're just going to mute everybody. I saw it come after that. And sure, all the geopolitical shit show and everything, but they want us fighting over that. But I think the Olympics, they all went, they're on to us. I was kind of giggling because I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, yeah, people are kind of connecting the dots. And whether it was, Greek art or whatever they were mimicking and mocking or whatever it was, it's a far cry from what I think the Olympic sports stand for. Do we not need a bunch of athletes doing athletic things to open a ceremony? I mean, that would be cool. How about Cirque du Soleil? Saltwater fish tanks are so hard to maintain. Yes, they are. You get way cooler fish. Oh my gosh, that's a pain in the ass. I just got triggered, Area 51. My high school sweetheart, he worked when Petco came out when we were in high school. That's when that store opened. Was it Petco or the other one? There was another pet one. I don't remember the name of it. It sounded just like it. And he worked there. And of course, my dad, just to support the BF, he went and got us a 50-gallon tank. And he goes, well, he can clean it every week. And so when we'd have arguments or something, he still had to come over and clean the fish tank. But those suckers are a pain in the butt. And then it became his full-time job. When I'd go over there and hang out with him, it was me just sitting there watching him check the chemicals, check the fish, fix the coral, go shopping, go to all the fish tank aquariums. And I just walked around like a puppy. I had no voice at that time. But yeah, those saltwater takes are a doozy. This is why I like chatting with you, because you bring up old synapses and thoughts that I've buried. And then I diarrhea of the mouth them. If anyone needs a Jeff Goldblum sound alike, I'll hook you up. Oh, Castle Dude, that is a good one. He does sound like him. Oh, you do have wheels, Amy? Well, maybe I'll come down there one and you come up here one or something. We'll go to the lake. Or that'd be, we'll figure it out. We're definitely hanging and playing. Hi, Roger Blair. Nice to see you too. And Clay, TGIF to you. Hello, Clay. I had fun. I was doing some more water polo. I keep missing Moggs and Stevie B with water polo. I got to figure that one out. I'll have it on, but I miss it. But my kids took a while to get ready when it was done. So I had your stuff cranking in the car. You had a really good lineup the other night. He's got a great fun channel, you guys. Conspiracy Music. I think you all know him though. I think you all know each other. Thanks for my little club. What's it called? Like a treehouse club? You want to say hi? No. No. He doesn't like the haircut I gave him either. Yes, we all cut each other's own hair. Got to save those Benjamins wherever we can. Crazy lightning. Who has the crazy lightning? Blazer, did you? Oh, electrical storm came down like dews. Pink, orange, purple lightning. Whoa. I had a warning on my phone because we are near that high desert, and it said to, it was they were looking out for fires and being prepared because of the lightning storms. And we're so dried out at this point, and everything's so lush and dry from the heavy winter that we're on high alert pretty much. But again, I'm surrounded by first responders and all of that, so I feel pretty safe. I'm also in the middle of a neighborhood. I say I'm like outskirts, but I'm not in Bumble, and it is a neighborhood. So it'll get the other houses before it gets me. No, we have a bag packed at all times, really. Crazy lightning storms. Oh, that's so summery. That's what I miss about the Midwest. I do not miss the humidity. I do not miss the horse flies. Really big in Wisconsin. But I really miss those summer thunderstorms. My buddy Tanya, she's not going to be on here right now, but she just moved to the East Coast. She's in North Carolina. Holy smoke, she was sending videos of her backyard flooding, like the flood coming through. And she was talking to her neighbors, and they said they hadn't had it like that for 20 years since like a hurricane. So they had some crazy ass weather too. They're just pumping up though, harping things, don't you think? Like they're pumping things up so we can be like, oh no, the change of climate. We're bad. We're bad humans. Oh, I love that mood. I get what you're saying. No matter how high your elevation on Earth, the horizon remains eye level. Dun, dun, dun. Bingo, that is what's happening too. Yep, I see you, Amy. Amy, is there anyone else over there on Facebook? Facebook has crickets, right? I bet. Jeez. And where's my little Twitchers? I'll have a Twitch dude chime in here and there. I didn't wear the right shirt, I think. More human than human. Oh, I love that song. That's Rob Zombie, right? Hey, Daryl, how are you? Good to see you. Cheers to you. Am I behind again? Yes, I think I'm behind because I'm seeing Last Supper talks. Yeah, the white pale horse thing was blunt. That was blunt, very blunt. It's hot as heck here. Angel Wings, where are you again? Are you New Mexico? I know Laura is. About died at the heat last 2 days working. Ooh, we're going to get another heat wave for sure. To be honest, I'm, like I said, northern LA, and it's more like end August, September even into October sucks. I had the most beautiful experience in my outdoor classroom last year, but I am excited I'm going to be inside, at least for the start of the year. My space that I created last year, though, is going to be vacant. So we're going to go out there for extra main and woodwork and drama. Yay. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think I'm pretty far behind. Oops. I did start getting the kids onto the Olympics though, because not the opening ceremonies, but water polo. Because it's kind of cool. I was hoping they do the underwater cameras though again. It's so cool how they do it. It's called the egg beater. Their legs are like this. And then they can like literally pop out of the water and stuff. Like I say it every time, but I'm so proud of them. My kids kick ass in water polo, and it came out of nowhere. We're just like, let's try this Parks and Rec thing this summer, and pow. I'm furiously looking all over SoCal for any water polo throughout the year at Parks and Rec prices. PetSmart. That's it. Yep. One of your first. Well, PetSmart and then Petco, right? So PetSmart was the first one. That was it. One. Yep. That was his first job. Hello, Jim Ball, who never see this. High school sweetheart. I did go to his wedding. I'm friends with most of my exes, actually. My first hubby, though, haven't talked to him in a minute. But we were still friends. We even tried dating again after a while. I think and one died. That was sad. He turned into, well, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Angel with the dragons. I picked up a dragon during my last paranormal investigation I went to in Green Bay. I will travel to visit next time you're in Wisconsin. I'm in LA, Angel Wings, but my family is Door County. My sister's in Door County. That's where my roots are. And that's where a lot of paranormal experience happened for me. And we were supposed to be there all summer. So we're aiming for all of August next year. I'm Chicago girl, but I've been out here 24 years in LA, but it was summers that I'd go back in every season. So my sister though has good roots there now. So yeah, Green Bay, you're right there. You're 45 minutes from my sister. So I'll let you know when I'm in town there. Um I had told a girl from Ohio that Washington had purple lightning, and she didn't believe me until we got a storm. And then she goes, "Oh, you do? Yeah, I've seen some purple lightning too." It's kind of crazy. I had that in my head. Let's just share that, Neil. Grease lightning. Speaking of, it was the anniversary yesterday or 2 days ago of Grease 2. And is anybody else, were they as pissed as I was when Grease 2 came out? And then I fell into it and loved it because I think it was like 8 or something. So I got into it. But the original Grace, you can't match that. Oh, there's Garrel on Facebook. Oh, Robert, hi on Facebook. Thank you. Thanks for pushing those algorithms. How are you doing, Robert, on Facebook? Did you feel that hit? It's like the last week and a half, last 2 weeks. Oh, so nice to see you, Robert. Thank you. I loved your follow-up to the conference when you had all the peeps on there. Yep, here comes Go Grease Lightning. I've seen red lightning, Angel Wing says. Up here, and orange lightning. They try to call it heat lightning. Yep, but it happened a few without the heat too. They say things cover up. They can't explain or won't. Exactly. They just try to like put it all in their box. There's that heat lightning. And how about that white lightning I was talking about, Garrel, on your show? When I would have experiences in the middle of the night with the unexplained, my room would often fill with lightning. And then I would ask my family the next day, what was that? What storm? I don't see like the aftermath. We were on the water and we could usually see the aftermath of trees falling or leaves or craziness or puddles. Nothing. They're like, there was no storm. I'm like, what's going on in my room? Go, Pixie, go. I think I caught up. Oh, yeah, it's because she's singing. Hello, Reverse Psychology. Nice to see you. Rumble's in the house now. Very nice to see you. It gets quiet. It's quiet over there, too. Oh. Electrical sky discharge instead. You don't know the worst of Grease lightning. Holy smokes, Moon. We got to catch up. All right, let me give you some updates. Arkeem Ross Sunday. And then, wait, did I write it down? I didn't. Well, Amy Chilson and I, but we're going to figure out in the next 2 weeks something with that, or 3 weeks maybe. And then, this is a fun story. Some of you know Lala Bright, right? And she had a post the other day, and I think she had him on the show or she was on his show. Basically, she brought up this fella, Steve Berg. And hello, Steve, if you're tuning in going, what the heck? What is the show she invited me on? I just wrote Steve Berg to ask if I can interview him because this is my blast from the past. He is now, I looked at our mutuals and we have ufology in the house. We have the Bigfoot community. And he is an old improv buddy from Hollywood from my La La Land days. This is 20 years ago when I used to house manage at IO West, if you could really call that. I just really showed up for the free drinks and just get high in the light box. I never did a good job. Didn't get paid. It was like an internship. You could get free classes if you showed up to work. I went for the social. It was very social. So that's why I was like, do you remember me? Did we have conversation? Did I ever introduce your wonderful award-winning improv team? Because I was usually high in the lighting booth. But yes, he replied and he said, of course, he remembers me. And he's been on Drunk History, which are some IO West friends too. Improv Olympic, they call it IO West. So anyway, we made that connection. I'm like, I love seeing you in these communities because I felt like the wacko, because I've been pretty blunt about this stuff for a while. A lot of those people, though, tuned me out during 45. Let's just be real. 2017, 18, 19, with the alphabet letter and 45 and on my old Facebook page, the one that has cobwebs and crickets that I literally just keep up so I can get my memory bumps and save all my photos. They saw me go there and red pill and drop it like it's hot, and they were just like, we're done with her. So when I started my rebooted page, there's just like 3 on there from that old world. And yeah, I'm just happy to see someone as open-minded and like-minded like myself. So I'm going to interview them. We're going to have a high vibe human experience hangout. And then I don't know if she responded in Facebook, but not on my email yet. So we didn't pick a date. But if anybody, I'm going to get a little teachery here. Although I don't think she even works in the classroom anymore. But there's a gal, Tiffany Wilder. Does anybody know her from Facebook world? She, I remember her from the crazy days, 2020 days, and she left the school system because she refused to adhere to certain things. And yeah, and she was kind of showing the kids how to stand in your sovereignty. And she wound up getting a nice big following online because she stood in her truth. And she's kind of Orange County area. She's a beach girl, I think. Redondo, Manhattan, skateboarder. You know, she's got really nice social media gathering, and she's all about the positive high vibes. That's what she puts out. That's my point. So yes, she's worked with children, and we're going to be able to talk about that. But I want to interview her too, what it was like to navigate being absolutely annihilated on social media and still coming out the other side like, it's all good. I'm all good. So that could be a really fun one, especially if, you know, as this war continues, a la social media. Just some more ammo for your back pocket, how to navigate the loosh bomb throwers. Gail has seen white, blue, purple, green lightning. You must see a lot where you are. You have a beautiful country there. Sky zaps. I miss the lightning out here. We, you know, when I first moved here, that was what I missed, the seasons. And it took me a long time to get used to sun every day. But what I love the most is the terrain, because in the winter I can be at the beach, or in an hour I can be sledding in the snow. So it's kind of cool, get a little bit of everything. But you do have to go much higher elevation to get any of that kind of weather, in my opinion, or the desert. So I just hypocriticized myself, hypocriticaled myself. We are normal. We're the paranormal. Absolutely, Laura. We are the new normal. Yep, unless some people are my age, are into the paranormal extreme spiritual stuff, they are boring and hard to talk to, really. I tend to talk better with younger people. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Angel. I got vocals. That's where people had a hard time with me on my old Facebook pages, because I was red pilling. I was showing, I was sharing the comms. I was dot connecting. I was even hosting gatherings at my house with military insiders and things. And we were putting things together, and I was sharing information. People didn't want solutions at that time. They did not want solutions. They wanted to fight, and they wanted to be a victim. So I was like, well, this sucks. So then I started championing the Care Bear vibe. And I'm like, come on, everybody, and bringing that to set. And I think it's really when I started doing this in 2020 that I was like, no, people do want some hope. They want some optimism. And they were able to, when you could connect with them on an optimistic level or on a certain frequency, they open up more. And then I started realizing, holy smokes, there's a ton of people out there with paranormal experience. They just don't want to share it. They don't feel it's safe to share it. So I see a big normalizing of the paranormal as of late. I totally do. I've been having some fun too. If anyone caught the Journey to Truth I was on last week, I've been getting some nice messages from just moms that they're not big social media people, but it caught their attention, and they're like, oh, phew, I like to see that these things are already happening. They're not doing it online, and they're not saving for what if. It's like happening, that we're already creating these kinds of education systems and stuff. So that's a mission. That's a mission. You have to put yourself out there a little bit. Those that are doing, that kind of work, to show the ones that aren't speaking up or having a hard time speaking up, but they're peeking and watching, to show them that, trust me, it's working. There's a big shift happening. Where did I go on a big tangent, didn't I? Yeah, what was that from? That was something you said, Angel. I just went on a whole nother thing and I didn't even finish my thought. I think I'm still thinking about the saltwater pool coming up. So who is another one coming up? Well, so Steve Berg and Tiffany Wilder, they're going to be Wilder. They're going to be some interviews, and then I still need Steve's and Moggy B, Stevie B and Moggs, and we'll get them chit chatting. I'd love to hear some more of their stories and, share a little synaptic circle there. And then my good buddy Lawrence August, I got to reel him back in before school starts and do a little back to school special with him because I miss him. If anybody is, well, I don't know. Didn't used to see you. Neil, that's how Neil and I met. He was like my only viewer when we would air on my kids' health show. We did 25 episodes. And sure, we pigeonholed ourselves by talking about kids, but it really is family health and human health. And we were triggered because it was health, but we just talked about a lot of stuff. He gave a ton of information and then he got so super busy. So I have to lock him down and not necessarily do a kids health episodes, but do a back to school for family and for other people and just what that does to the germ realm and what that does to everybody and what that looks like. I'm sharing all my thoughts at once, aren't I? Brazilians and sign language. Oh, I didn't see that. The Brazilian skateboarder. Skateboarding while holding a CD player, playing No Cigar from Millen. Nice. Oh, nice. Hi, Flix Love. Hello, nice to see you there. Cheers to you. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. Please talk authentically, Flix Love. That's the point. That's the point of this community chat, as authentic as you can get. I absolutely love that. Industry Pets in the house. How are you? Nice to see you, Raj. How's your Facebook, Raj? I know your Instagram. You're doing really healthy on there. But my goodness, Facebook took a hit of just algorithm crickets. And I think it's because of like news stories going around. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't stroking it as good as I could. All the lessons I learned at VidCon. I take a couple days down and take care of your family and holy smokes. But it's more of, you want that reach because of the community build. But there's several of us that have been like, where'd you go, Facebook? And I didn't share on here. I think I was on a show. Dave Emmons' show should be airing tonight or maybe tomorrow night. I was on there again. That was really fun. You guys are going to like that. We touched on some pretty cool stuff. So I will let you know when that airs. But he has a good crowd on Facebook too. But I think that's where I shared it. I shared somewhere that at VidCon, it was a lot about Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Like that was the general theme. There was a little bit of Facebook on there. It was really interesting to me. It was like, oh yeah, this is really just an old platform. People don't really do it. It's a great platform though. I mean, it brought so many people together. I still think it's one of the best platforms to have the groups, the side chat, to get your community build on the side going. And no, I haven't done that there. My old page did. My old page had 3 little groups. I kind of was ringleading, but that page is tainted. It's tainted with tears. You will either eventually take the red pill or it becomes a suppository. Yep. Am I really far behind again? I think I am. Oh. Lawrence is a legend, right, Neil? You are such a sweet pea. That's totally how we met. And then even when I went on Castle Dude's show and he interviewed me, he's like, yeah, I don't know why no one watches you. Like he was bringing it home there, Neil. Like, yeah, you have absolutely no viewers. So I thought I'd, but it's true. It was a very slow start. But I still didn't mind. I did it for the love of it. And to get it out. You got to open your throat chakra and get it out. Get it out. You've watched all of them, Neil. Yes. You are the best. Ozzy Ange, hello. Good to see you. Good day. Good to see you, my dear. How's everything going down there? In the land of Oz. That's the fun bit. I love this intercontinental connection. all over the places and subjects. Yep, let it flow. That's what these little live chit chat, hangout, synapses, community chats are. It really get triggered by the comments. And sometimes I come in with something, like it came in with adverts, some shows coming up. And I'll close with that. But this is how I started. I started just vlogging. And to be honest, for a minute there, it was really just me taking up my laptop memory and then uploading it. And then I was like, wait a second. This mic is live. I can talk live. I can let all my freak flags fly. And then I got into that. I had that chunk a year on Raisin Star Seeds, which I can't wait to turn 50 because the filter comes off at 50, does it not? I have a lot to share about that. You're never on Facebook much because of the censorship's crazy. Yep, totally. That's why I started my rebooted page. And then I was like, dang it, I'm really playing their game here. You know, I wasn't able to fully express. So I'd save some of my shit posting for my other page. And then, of course, that just made it worse. And then I realized, well, I want this optimistic perspective to be the forefront of my rebooted page and the education, you know, teaching everything. So that's the main bit there. However, the community I've been meeting since 2022 on, that page didn't start till 2022, by the way. I keep it as my safe spot. I'm like, I am going to adhere to some of the rules over here because I saw what they could do and they're still doing it. So I sometimes avoid some hot topics now. And I stopped doing it because of the community strikes. I actually stopped doing it because the triggering of people doesn't. I don't want to really do that anymore. They're going to have their own awakening in their own time. That's for dang sure. Like, how about the dude with the boxer dude at Olympics? I mean, I kind of don't have to do much. I'm just like this going, you know, I think a lot of us are like, yeah, kind of told you, is this really a good idea? We've been saying for years, we're not against people's choice of what they're doing in their body. We're against the sacredness of sports. We've been fighting forever to get our rights in ours, like I'm an athlete or something. Women have been fighting for their rights in sports for years. We just proved to the world why you should not be following that. I can't even say agenda because that will turn people off. I guess it won't turn you off. You know what I'm saying? But it's a very sensitive thing because I'm watching the world implode, even the ones who support a male to female, you know, even those that are supporting the community. And we should support everybody. But don't you think that is where a line needs to be drawn in the sand? And this is what's cool. My little man and that Zoom I was on earlier for his class, he's going into the ancient civilizations next year in his class. And part of his learning blocks are the pentathlon and, you know, kind of where the bread and circuses started, really. And but it is a division of the men and women. Now they all compete together. There is a huge pentathlon that happens in Southern California. It usually happens on the beach in Orange County, and a bunch of different schools come in and take place, and they're fifth graders. But they are learning the art of, you know, what is the role. Oh gosh, why do I feel like I'm really feeling like I'm censoring myself for some reason? Maybe because I don't know the whole lesson plan yet. But the Olympic Games and sports, you know, men and women do all the sports, but not to each other. That's not fair. We're built different. The kinesiology, the physiology, we're different. You're not going to have the same results. You can't go up against somebody else. Now, we do have an art teacher. We had an art teacher, and she was the only woman on her college water polo team. Now, that's pretty freaking cool because she kept up with the felt. Like, she could use those particular muscles in a way that was even. It was even. But I'm sorry, something like boxing, there are certain ones that you're like, okay, this is not a fair fight. Literally. So there's my rant on that. I don't post much on Face Ache. Face Ache. I always get friend requests from Fenbots. Yeah, I just got one from Elon Musk. No, someone didn't know I realized that was a fake. I totally knew it was a fake right off the bat. That's why I was sharing it. But I'm laughing at it. And I usually, you know, there's several hundred I get, and I have a certain way I vet my requests. So there might be a lot of people waiting in there that I'm sorry I didn't get to you yet, but I'm trying to go through all the middle-aged men with beards and dogs. And they're either FBI agents, alphabet agency dudes, or collection agencies, because I'm sorry, with that reach, I've been on social media since before MySpace. What was the social media before then? What was before then? Chat rooms and games, but live journal. So, I mean, I've been playing the game on here for a little minute. So, if I don't have one mutual, that's a little fishy. And if you've seen me on people's shows, like the Journey to Truth, there was a girl that friend requested me, and we only had the one mutual, but it was Journey to Truth. So I was like, okay, we have a like mind. Then I dove in on her stuff and I saw where her mind goes. And she's not loud out there, but she wrote me a beautiful message that wasn't a bot saying, connecting to me in a personal matter, not a bot way, but more of an education parent way. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give this person a shot. But you have to have hundreds of mutuals before I can look. And no offense to the middle-aged dudes with beards and dogs, but with no mutuals and that, alphabets. That's what I say. I'm behind again. Who's that? You want to say hi? Silence. Hardly go on anything anymore. You're on Instagram though, aren't you, Juan? What was that song the other day? I didn't message you, but I wanted to see if everything's cool. Censorship is all over the place, even in the real world. So I just stay home now. Oh, you gotta get out there. You're a funny fella. You got to get out of there. Industry pets here. Each of these algorithms are so different. Absolutely. Sometimes a piece of short form I dropped does great on TikTok, but not YouTube shorts or reels or vice versa. Strange because it's literally the same content. Exactly. Exactly. Are we on there together? I think we are. VidCon is what made me get a new email address and try TikTok again, Industry Pets. And I am playing that game. I've been nurturing that. In fact, I'm going to try to tape a little something after this, because they have some makeup on. And because it's been a minute and I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna mess with my algorithms. I'm like, no, it's still pretty active, but those suckers take off pretty quick. And I understand too, with working with children, that people need as short as possible and straight to the point, right? Like kitschy, bumper stickery, as quick as you can make it, which is pretty sad actually, but that's why this is fun to be able to do this. And it's not sad. It's the way of the times. It's just what it is. Does anybody else think though about Blade Runner? I always think of Blade Runner with the ads, even when that came out. But watching the old Blade Runner, when he Harrison or Splash Lady, forgot her name, Daryl Hannah, walking through, and then you'd see the big billboards behind, but they're just people giving the ads. It's exactly that's the exact society that we're in now. So with the algorithms, Industry Pets, totally, I see a huge difference. And that's why I kind of bounce around. I nurture each of them, but I am grateful YouTube has grown because I got hit pretty hard. I had another one taken down from the 17 days, and they took it down just the other day. So I have a strike that's not going to go away till the end of September. So it's preventing me from doing that next step. I should be monetized even by now, but they won't let me do that because of this strike. And all I said in there was WWG1, the where we go. I don't even want to say it here because it was a flag, I think. And then I said one of the comms that was common at that time. I don't remember. So it was my second in like 2 months. And I'm like, shit, not my YouTube. That's what the peeps are. So I had to take those tests. And if you saw me I guess it was on Journey to Truth, we were talking about that dang test YouTube has you take so that you can get your strike start to remove. It's your, thank you, sir, may I have another? I've learned my lesson test. And it's all about the 17th letter. There's maybe one thing about, should you report Susie Sunshine if, animal cruelty or something? But then the rest are like, so-and-so talks about that QAnoners and this, that, and the other, and is this appropriate to post? And I'm like, what does this have to do with my memorial post? I don't know if I vented about that on here, but they really do. I did screenshots and I put those on Facebook of the test questions they made me do to go through training of learning what the community guidelines are for YouTube. And guess what? You can't say anything related to the 17th letter. And you cannot do any sort of medical thing. So I'm actually surprised I'm still on there then, but okay, how far did I lose now? So that was I hear you right there. And Timoth man, I was just talking about you. How's the fire down there, Timoth man? Nice to see you, by the way. Didn't get closer to you, did it? Did they at least get it contained? I think the last thing I saw with you that nothing was contained. Facebook is the biggest breach of personal information in the history of humanity. Absolutely. Definitely created by alphabet agencies. Even when they put the movie out, I'm assuming kids don't watch stuff like that, but I even told my giant, I'm like, they had to put this movie out to shape the narrative of how Facebook came about, but it was created by the alphabet agencies. Or I used to be a sucker for those tests too, because I loved Mad Lib. I loved all those things like your favorite this, your favorite that. And I was just doing it for the laugh. Like I would go hard because I'm like, I'm going to be the funniest fucker on here and just make, because I was really quick with the improv stuff. And I loved those things. And people will be like, you shouldn't do that because they're, data mining and getting your information and probably one of your passwords is in there or something. And I realized, yeah, this is just the harvesting of your information and the way you think. And it's a program. It is a huge program. I think we can all agree on that. Industry, the thing I really hate is that if the algorithm doesn't do well, if the algorithm doesn't do well, but I do a paid promotion or paid, yes, post boost and select a target audience myself, it does great. I know. I learned a really bad thing about that target audience. Their industry pass, this was on Facebook. It was an ad. And I think all I did, the only difference from any of my other ads was I added South America. Now, no, I'm not trying to make any crazy digs here or judgments or assumptions, but holy smokes, did my thing go ding, 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 ding. And it was every picture looked like a headshot for a serial killer. And they were just like men like this with nothing on their page. And I'm like, that's not what it was. It was supposed to be conscious education, conscious parent. And it was even me teaching like at a board. And it's just like it was pretty gross. And I was like, do these followers even count? I had to stop the ad pretty quick because I just got this onslaught of bot intake or behind the bars, they got to use the computer an hour a day and I just got hit really hard. But it felt really like, I was like, there is no reason we should be connecting on here. And that was a paid promotion. So then I switched it and I narrowed it down and those do well. Yeah, it's like you have to pay for the views, pay to play. Dang. I did do that to share my show a little bit and it helped for a minute. But then I realized, yeah, on Facebook, you don't get this anymore. I got to save my cash for my in and out nights. Right, Moon, don't need to post much. They know everything already. Yep. Especially in the chats. That's how the giant and I first started talking. His cousin introduced us on set. And the thing I've shared it, I definitely did my own big vlog about him and our whole love story, how we met and everything. But I was on set and the cousin, I was just like, gosh, I'm really finally able to, I'm really ready to date now. And you were born and raised here. Don't you know anybody? You know how I talk. You know what I talk about. And he and I would talk UFOs and stuff like that. And he goes, I wanted you to meet my cousin, but he's in another country. And I'm like, I don't care. And so I went back to my table and he started DMing me from Facebook. And we took that conversation over to WhatsApp. And, 3 weeks later, he was over here and I met him. He was visiting family and, got to meet him. Then he came again. It was for a month. This wasn't like 90-day fiance story, by the way. But a lot of our stories and our connection and our courtship was on DMs and WhatsApp and Facebook. So when it came to his citizenship meetings and stuff, and I'm there, I'm just like, come on, guys. You've been snooping in our social media. You saw the dirty pictures. And I said everything you're not supposed to say in a meeting like that. However, thank goodness we had a nice agent that was doing the intake and stuff, and they actually had a giggle. But I had to be like, you guys know we're not faking this. We're not doing this to cheat the system or get him in the country. Because that's what it was. The marriage brought him, he wound up being in the country because of our marriage. And that just happened to be the fact because I didn't want to do long distance. And I agreed to it and pushed it. So, well, no, I didn't push it. I agreed to it. Anyway, so they had a little like, when I'm saying all that stuff, they're like, and then writing stuff. And I'm like, come on, what are you going to open? WhatsApp, Facebook? Where is it? You'll see the whole thing. We're legit. And we were in and out of that meeting in like 5 minutes. So they had everything they need. Absolutely everything they need. Woo! Gotta catch up. You all type fast. It's cool to be offended now. It's the new trend, right, Juan? It's yeah, I say that. But I don't entertain it anymore. I used to be the one like, let me bring in my Susie Sunshine and diffuse the situation. And then you just get in the middle and just be like, I turn into one of the chicks from the boxing of Olympics, like, oh my God, just stop beating me up. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to eat my popcorn and watch this unfold because they just look like a douche. And I'm going to let them. That was that whole thing. So Oz is good. Finally got some sun. Yeah, you're winter down there, right, Miss Angie? How behind am I? If you don't offend anyone, they will be offended for not being offended. You're right. I see that. And after 50, the emotions flow freely. Oh, you might have missed Flicks Love. No filter. Oh, you did see that. No filter, like you said, and no holding back. People love you more or not. Yes, I know. Yeah, for some reason, I have this countdown to 50. Not just because it's fun. But yeah, I'm holding on to a few tails that I'm going to use the 50 card and be like, fuck it. My 50 made me do it. 50 made me say it. I've really been just some storylines. I'm sorry, but some people can't get away with being pricks or see you next Tuesdays. And at least I can share my side of the story because I'm tired of, putting my chin up. Once in a while, I'm going to be triggered and be like, you know what? This was the other side of the story. How does that make you feel? I'm going to piss off a lot of people, but they can take what they want from it. So whatever. This could and no, some people think, oh, I know what she's talking about. But actually, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I don't think you guys are saying that. I think the replay crew is saying it. The snoopers and the peepers. Why 50? No filter here ever. Bravo, Angel Wings. Yeah, and hello, there you go. As an educator and a parent, I'm teaching my kids time and a place and manners. So that has a lot to do with a little bit of a filter in a energy way. But I want them to share it all. Now, you don't have to put someone else down to do that, but you share your truth. And I'm teaching them however someone else responds to that is their deal. But there is nothing wrong. If you are clear on your own clarity and personal truth, speak it. Speak it loud and proud and through a megaphone. Baking hot in England, had your peachy shorts on all week. Castle Dew for the wind. If you are new to this channel, peachy shorts is an inside joke. Check out Castle Dude's channel. She is not a male, was just taking tests. Wait, oh, really? I didn't know that, Area 51. See, I fell for the social media show. She was taking testosterone and her levels were really high. Are you serious? That changes my whole storyline. And I'm not going to edit this, but I am going to change my perspective. Okay. Well, you're not supposed to take shit, right? I mean, that's the point too, right? Didn't we learn that lesson with what? Russia and China and all back in the day? The other Olympics, when everyone was getting tested for taking shit, the Olympic athletes. You're not supposed to be taking anything like that. So is it still a problem? I think it's still a problem. I don't know. I thought he was born a male. You get chopped off because there's nothing there. Unless it's the athlete chest. Usually have a bump. Interesting. Let's see what else I missed. That is misinformation. Oh shit. Duly noted. Rewind. It is an agenda, reverse psychology. Yes. Rumble in the house there. Wow. Yeah, Castle, you don't get wildfires, but you get... I don't have a good joke for that. What's a good joke for England? A rainy day? Dude got rich doxing 60% of the world of advertisers who paid him. Oh, and continuing to pay him for targeting ads. Ooh, who? What? Dude got rich doxing 60% of the world to advertisers who paid him and continue to pay him for targeting ads. Ooh. And Chiro here, trigger sensitive people need to tip over like a fainting goat. Boom. Or cow. I did have friends who did that in Wisconsin. We are praying here for rain, Castle. Yeah, Timothman, did you get any of that yesterday? We had High Desert had lightning and a little bit of storm. We just had a couple drops, drizzle, enough to put the wipers on for a second. And I was actually in Burbank, Sunland, and Santa Clarita yesterday. A little bit of drizzle all around there. I hope you guys do need something down south out there. Bummer, dude. Okay, thank you, Area 51. I'm just going to put this up there for anyone in the replay crew. I have stand corrected. And now maybe I will insert myself on a few threads just to make sure people just. But the large amounts of testosterone needs to be addressed. Let's just say that. And I'll have to teach them that. What are you doing? Were you hearing about the large levels of testosterone? I have to share that with you. Oh, do what you need to do, honey. If you're giving me the puppy eyes for permission, you can do like this much time. Did you finish your kit? Okay, I want to see one written page and then show it to me like this, and then you're good to go. Motherhood. The fighter is actually a woman with high testosterone. She has a medical condition. It's like being on steroids. You can't compete. She has actually fought other females and lost. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this whole narrative's blown up right here, right now. Sorry, guys. I succumb to the memes. I do not and will never use Facebook again. Oh, I hear you, Moon. I'm just having a lull, but I'm pretty active on there because it's, well, just because when I share all this stuff. Thank you guys for the clarity. Thank you. No, truly, I don't want to be moaning, but I also didn't contribute in conversations in chats. But now I would like to throw that in there as gentle reminder because some people do just rely on their memes for their news, like myself. Just let everyone be themselves. Some females embrace their masculine side as well. Absolutely. And just like to be fit, not go against another gender. That's crazy. Need balance. Keep it balanced. Everything balanced. Yep. AOL Instant Messenger. Yes. I can hear that dial up now. AOL Instant Messenger. Who else in the house was a participant of that? And Hotmail was the email, but I was Buttercup for a long time. Yes, like Princess Buttercup, Princess Bride, but also just Buttercup. My first fiance used to say that. You just have a board. Bless you, Jason. And just boxing expert. She knows her stuff. You got the Elon Musk invite too? Yep, I blocked it too, Ozzy Ange. That was a funny one. It was a total AI image. My favorite is he was in a hospital bed. It said, "How much money can you send to support me?" And every word was like spelled wrong. The Algeria woman has actually lost 9 times. The Italian girl just got hit with a hard, lucky shot. There you go. Do you see how stories just go off like a wildfire in Southern California or in the Pacific Northwest? Sorry, that was rude. But yeah, crazy. Thanks, Flix Love, not man with a beard and a dog. Wow. All right. I know, Tim Mothman, your beard. We have like 300 mutuals or something, Tim Mothman. Some of us have so many mutuals. You've been in boxing and martial arts for 20 years. Thank you, Ange, for this clarity. Seriously. I think that's so important. You know, that is something I want to share. Because I do like sharing those. Be mindful what you spread and all that. And here, I just spread some shit. So thank you. You must feel so... Oh, yes. You can even edit the video via transcript, which is awesome. Where's that industry? Is that on YouTube? I haven't noticed that. Oh, or on AOL Messenger. Because when I go live, it's kind of like pow, it's raw. There isn't much editing. However, I want to get more clips because on those down days I have, that would be nice to throw in a clip to keep the algorithms happy and to be like, I'm still here, I'm present. I slept through both Blade Runners, not for you. What? The original made me cry for something about when, what's her face? When she realized she was like a bot and she had the tear. Hey, Woo Rider, how you doing? Cheers to you and good to see you. Cello. Angel wings. I prefer to be masculine myself. Got to be with dragons and unicorns around. That's heavy load to carry. Absolutely. Have you heard of this book? I found him because I talked about it on Dave Emmons' show. It's coming up soon. We brought up the dragons. So, Dragon Boy. This is book 2, Dragon, the Blade, and the Thread. And then this should be book, oh no, sorry. This is book 3 of the trilogy. This is book 2. But Dragon Boy and all my receipts, there they are. The first one, Dragon Boy, was my reader for my class last year. It was really cool. It was really cool. It was literally about the conscious connection of a particular boy who was, that was his coming into this planet. His born was to be the guardian of this dragon. It was a really cool story. And it's Donald Sampson. Good stuff. Woo Rider, are you Derek? Oh yeah, DG. Nice to see you, sir. The Gandalf 5 doesn't help in romantic attraction either. Some of us like the Gandalfs. I'm just saying. My giant has a little beard. He has nothing here. That's all I hear. Deadpool Wolverine is fantastic. All of these, I wait till they come to the screen. I'm so done with movie theaters. I'm done with people in movie theaters. And I know sometimes it should be a big screen, but we just turn it up really loud. But it takes a lot to get me into the movie theater. It needs to be, and I think Deadpool Wolverine would be kind of a big screen one, but like Transformer or something, or a Mission Impossible, something that James Bond, that would look good on a big screen. But I usually sucker out and wait till it's at home. I mean, my cozies, so I can eat a gallon of ice cream. Oh my gosh, we did an hour. I did it again. All right, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. So I got a 5-minute crew because we do have a saltwater party to get ready for. Tell everyone, what lightning strike, Castle Dude? What happened to Derek? I got the fairy vibe. My sparkles are not appreciated by many. What? Well, Flix, you're in the right company. This is Fairy Central. That's my jam. That's absolutely my jam. Some of my favorite fairy stories. I think I liked how I delivered. I have a certain set of experiences, and I loved being on Garrel and Jane's show, Midwest Night Watchers, and I liked how I delivered my storyline there. I also liked on Rob Rossi's The Order of Light. You know, he's that was one of the first times I shared all those tales publicly. And anyway, I've shared them all over the place, I guess, but I love my fairy tales. And we are actually Dave Emmons. Let me turn this off airplane mode and see. It should be airing tonight. He does have a YouTube channel. It's very hard for him to get traction on YouTube. He has a lot of haters, unfortunately, because he talks all the things and he's very knowledgeable and he's a vet and he gets hit hard on YouTube, but you still can see the show on there. But his Facebook gets a lot of unit, and I guess it doesn't matter if you're just viewing it, right? So I give him some love. Dave Emmons, and the show's called Strange Reality. So if that comes on, we do a lot of fairy talk, and we are talking with Dr. Landy from Belgium. And he, in his adult life, saw fairy up close and personal. So he shares that story. We both kind of share a little bit of those stories. We talk fairies, we talk dragons, we talk consciousness, we talk ET communications. It's the 3 of us, and it's a pretty, I mean, from what I remember, I had a good time. I think it's a pretty good show. I liked the last one I did with him. It was really hot, got really sweaty, but I covered all the things, even Hollywood. So he's a good interviewer. Oh, wow. Oh, you got poor things. I'm so behind sometimes. You're probably just like, ah. I'm really happy you guys got me on the straight and narrow with that storyline going around. Things take hold, don't they? And then they just spread. I mean, okay. Ever since they launched Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google, they've been studying us to create the algorithms. Yeah, yep. That's how we got here and basically gave up our info and built Cybernet. Exactly. Do you know what is his name? I tried to remember it last time. He's Australian. not Max Spears, who's not Australian. There's a fella, he had a radio show, and this was early 2000s. In early 2000 and early 2010s too. I went back to him. Eigen. Max Egan. Um, he started. I mean, I remember back in the day, and then my dad and I used to have those conversations when he was still around about always use cash. Those debit cards are just data mining you and cover up the cameras always, all the gadgets, everything. And then here I am with an AI intro. I mean, I'm trying to merge the 21st century, but keeping my head on straight with understanding what this freaking tech is. But Area 51, MySpace days, I was yelling at people, be careful. And, I was the first to sign up on Facebook. So I don't think it was my airheadness. It was me wanting to keep up with the Joneses. And I felt like being in the system and then shaking it up like La La Land. I thought that was my mission. And then I got trampled. But here I am. So yeah, it's all kind of coming to fruition. However, I'm still seeing very much the human in it. So I think we kind of hopefully jumped off that timeline of Terminator. That would be nice. But I guess it depends whose show you watch. It'll tell you that. You have to see it for yourself and pick your timeline yourself. I have to watch that kind of stuff. You just said 90 Day Fiance. Am I that far? Okay, before I see all this, let me just scroll to the bottom and then I'll go backwards. 5 minutes and 50. See, yeah, I know. I kind of messed that up. Got to make a treatment. See you soon. Bye, Neil. Oh, yeah, I'm down. Now I'm down with you. I only go into movies for the popcorn. I can't eat popcorn anymore because my gums. But we had that whole teeth talk last time. I guess I could try it again because I've been healing. Watching movies on Oculus Quest is great. That's the VR, right? See, I was poo-pooing that too. We don't have one of those industry pets. Perhaps one day. But I do make fun of the jokes of sitting in front too close to the TV growing up, and then there we go. And I don't want my kids on it yet. We have a relative that all of a sudden they went cross-eyed and all of a sudden they had these issues. And I'm like, don't you think it was the VR that he just got introduced? That's the only thing different in his life. And they didn't put it together. It was just my observation and opinion. But when they put it aside for a while, his eyes went back to normal. So everything in moderation, right? And I am obsessed with the fairway blankets. I think we've talked about that here, and the crystals and protecting yourself and playing the games, being of it, but not part of it. Oh, bye, Laura. I missed some of the goodbyes. All right. Okay. I'm going to say this much, and let's make this numbers even. I'm going to try to time it out so it's at 1:11:11. Let's do one of those things. And I did my intro at the beginning, so I'm not going to do it at the end, just so we can get it on 1:11:11. So let's do that. Bye, Laura. I'm going to check in with you in the chat, in a little chat. Yes, Neil, I'm glad you brought that up, Woo Riders. Neil, it was so good to see you back in the castle again, and you are looking fit. I gave him a little hint on the vitamin regimen. Just saying, regime. Oh, thanks, Industry Pet. I'll look on IG. Yes, so Neil, keep kicking ass. Seriously. Get that. You've been really, really killing it with that. You pulled up your bootstraps and you're like, that's it. So let's do a castle talk again soon. 51. MySpace lost all the information they had on us. You can't even access it anymore. It's a graveyard. And online sites. Do you know what I did kind of access? I did get in there because I was looking for some old pictures, and I wound up getting in there, and I was like, this place was fun. I remember when I had my theme song of the week. And when I started my crafty business, that's where we started on. So I missed that. Aw. Okay, we have a minute and a half. And this time I'm serious, Jane. So it's Friday. So we have Midnight Watchers Sunday. We have the Geezer Geek Saturday. We got Jessica Jones. Come down so I can see it. You want to wave? Is it cursive? I am stepping it up and making him do a little bit of work. After that class Zoom, I'm like, let's practice cursive, pal. Whoa, good writing. I mean, it looks full, but with my eyes, I can't see jack. So I'll read it later. Yes, you may move on. And I'm finishing here, and then we'll get ready for the pool party. So since I will not be live again, I don't think until next week. Tom sold us out. Yep, I think so. I think he did. He was my picture for a minute on Facebook. um, Sunday on New Earth Light Brigade, I'll be with Arkeem Ra. I think it's going to conflict with you guys Midwest. Well, no, we start at 5. So I'll be chatting with you guys, Chiro and Midwest on yours at 4. It's 4 my time usually. You guys go on, I think. And then I jump on 5 Pacific time is Arkeem's, and that's a live. That should be fun. I also forgot to say Mary Rodwell, Misha Johnson, Nancy Thames. I'm still want to get that. I had a really misunderstanding with our email exchange, but I wanted to get that synaptic panel with my gals there about the kids and the ET experiences. So I'm going to try to do that before school starts. I have a month till I go back to school. Oh no, we're almost time. So wishing everyone a beautiful one, and this is what I was going to say. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, my little man's going to have surgery. He's going to do the lip, the tongue, and they're going to get underneath his tongue, not just the clip, but they got to get into the muscle. And he's going to have a heavy duty frenectomy / construction. So send some love, please. That would be awesome. And thanks, Ozzy Ange. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Okay, I'm going to see if I can navigate my end stream. Oh, there's Dave Emmons. Dave, when's it airing? I'm telling everyone about your show. So maybe you were here this whole time. So check out Strange Reality with Dave Emmons. Check out New Earth Light Brigade. And I'll see you all in all the chats. So bye, you guys. Have a great one. I'm going to do it.